Welcome back to Crucial Conversations. I'm Katie.
And I'm Motor Mouth.
And we're discussing the CDC and everything related to the HIV study regarding the African American women in Atlanta, the Atlanta area.
Yeah, I think, just as a whole, dealing with the African American community, we just need to be at alarm about what's going on.
Exactly.
And figure out how we can reverse these numbers and everything. And get ourselves back in proper order.
Yeah, I think so. It's really not that difficult if you think about it. It really is not. But anyway, if you guys are interested, I invite everyone to do their own research. Right, Motormouth?
Yep, you got to do your own,
do your own research and come to your own
find out
conclusion.
what's really going on in this world because, there's all kinds of stuff. I just don't put nothing past us. Since the Tuskegee experiment.
Exactly.
Yeah, as us as people, we always have been targeted.
We sure have.
And so I don't think about, nothing like that. Then the Cycle Betrayal, that's if you have never done your research and learn about the Cycle Betrayal, something that you need to do, go to the Commission of Human
Resources, maybe? Is that who you mean?
The Commission of Human Resources or something like that. It's a commission of human something. But the main thing is, you probably can just Google the psychic, betrayal, and it's very interesting.
It's
very
called the psychic betrayal.
Yeah, the
I
psychic
hadn't heard
betrayal.
That myself.
Right.
But on a more
the Commission of Human Rights. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Okay. But on a more mainstream level, if you want to do your own research, you can also, this is regarding AIDS and getting tested, or just general information about HIV and AIDS. You can go to, it's called African American Women Georgia, and it's www.aanwg.org. And there's also an organization called Sister Love, Inc., and there's HIV Prevention Trails Network, and there's also the Centers for Disease Control. If you're interested in trying to find out how to take a test. And protect yourself, sisters of all colors under the rainbow. Just protect yourself, brothers, too. Protect yourself. But moving on to something a little bit more interesting and more efficient for what's going on, more along the line of what's going on this weekend. It is Mother's Day weekend. Motormouth, it's Mother's Day weekend. Okay, and you know what? I'm the type of person, I always wonder when we sit back and we have all these holidays and traditions, how some of these holidays and traditions started. And believe it or not, a lot that I kind of researched about Mother's Day, I didn't know it started around wartime. I just never thought about it, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it started with grieving mothers.
Yeah. Mainly marked by a women's peace group, and it was around the American Civil War in the 1880s. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, because that's where, the family was divided, and, split, during the war from the North, from the South, and the different things like that occur, with that type of wars going on. And it was their way of really trying to bring the family back together.
Yeah. But this lady named Ann Jarvis in 1868, she decided to, she was trying to reunite families that had been divided during the Civil War. And then there was a couple other people that got involved a little later on, 1872. I want to get into all of that. And also there was something in the 1880s that was associated through the Methodist Episcopalian Church in Albion. They decided to set aside the second Sunday in each May to recognize the special contributions of mothers. And it's the way that we celebrate Mother's Day now, pretty much in its present form. It was established by Anne Marie Jarvis, who was the daughter of the initial lady in the 1800s, Anne Jarvis. They both had the same name. But long story short, it's kind of interesting to me. This lady, she got everything built to the point where they finally decided to declare officially, and it really started in West Virginia in 1910. But anyway, West Virginia was the first state to make an official declaration that Mother's Day was going to be on May the 8th, okay, or the second Sunday in May.
Okay,
and it went on from there. President Woodrow Wilson in 1914 signed a proclamation, okay, and he declared the first National Mother's Day as a day for American citizens to show the flag. Again, it's that patriotism thing, and honor those mothers whose sons had died in war. So it all goes back to war again. Anyway, it moved on a little bit, and we also developed other things to come into the tradition, like carnations. You ever notice that people wear carnations and give carnations on Mother's Day? Now, just a little interesting bit, a little tit-tat of what happened with that. the lady that founded it, Ann Jarvis again, she chose the carnation for the simple reason that it was her mother's favorite flower. So during her coronation of trying to get Mother's Day established, she delivered 500 carnations at their first celebration that they had in 1908.
Right.
And as a result of all that occurring, even now, florists would try to get people that are buying Mother's Day presents. Like, I think you get the red one if your mother's living, carnation, and the white one if your mother's passed. So it's interesting how some traditions that started in the 1800s and the 1900s have come on and evolved, and they're still around here in 2012. At least I find it kind of interesting. But what's even more intriguing to me is how much money is spent on Mother's Day weekend. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Ann Jarvis, to back up again, the lady that founded the tradition and got it established and going and fought to get, the recognition for Mother's Day. When she realized 9 years after Mother's Day became official, that it was becoming so commercialized, then she spent the rest of her life, believe it or not. It's not funny. I'm just laughing at the humor.
Making money?
The irony in it. It's like she did all this to get this day established, to get women, recognition as being mothers. And once it took on and it kept growing and growing and it became commercial, she spent the rest of her life trying to stop it. She spent her very last dime. She spent all of her inheritance and the rest of her life fighting what she saw to be an abuse of the celebration that she had in mind.
Well, but again,
it's about money again.
But it's going to be about money.
Of course.
Just from the idea of the flowers or whatever.
The greeting cards.
Or just showing the appreciation, on any holiday. It's like that. It's about money.
Yeah, but she was passionate about it. After it got commercialized, she tried to stop it. She even got arrested in 1948 for disturbing the peace protesting against the Mother's Day celebration.
But after people brought into it, it wasn't no stopping.
Exactly.
It's like McFadden and White. Hey, ain't no stopping this. Yeah, there you go. Right, and that's exactly what that was. And
but we over commercialize everything, every holiday.
But I don't think Mother's Day is over commercialized. I really don't. It is a day that can be. It is profitable for those who got the gear to the profit from it.
We spend $2.6 billion,
and the mothers is
on
worth
flowers.
It. The mothers is worth it.
And we spend $1.53 billion on pampering gifts, like spa treatments and all that other kind of stuff. And another $6 to $8 million on greeting cards.
Okay, but again, all I'm just trying to say, that is one day that I can go along with for all of that, because I think there's one day, more so than Christmas and Easter, I think Mother's Day, showing their appreciation, I think it's on point.
I agree.
On point. Because if it wasn't for that mother, would none of us be here.
Well, I appreciate my mother.
Yeah, I'm saying all the things that they do.
Yeah, 365.
360. So my hat go off to all the mothers out there on this Mother's Day.
Exactly.
Have a happy one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, I want to do a quick shout out to my mother in South Carolina. I'm not going to put her name out there, but she knows who she is, if she's even listening. I don't know. But I just want to tell my mother have a happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
And I guess we're going to wrap up things. Mr. Motormouth, you have anything you want to elaborate on?
I just say, we're going to pick up on it next time around. All the listeners, tune in and be ready. Be ready, because there's going to be some hot topics. We're going to get down into some crucial conversations on things that need to be talked about bills, articles, and statutes that, going down.
True.
That's going to change our life forever, change this country forever.
And two, my goal is to get a little bit more serious about politics, because it's an election year. And the only reason I haven't dug into it on the level that I want to is I am still trying to wrap around who I think Mr. Mitt Romney is.
Well, I kind of, look at the politics, everything. But, more so than the politics that's going on right now, I find the bills and the acts and the statutes that's being passed being more important than who's going to be in that White House. It really right now, it don't even matter who is going to be in that White House, because the way they setting things up is just going to be a continuation. and we're losing so much of our liberties and stuff. You know, it's just like, you know, and I know we're supposed to be wrapping up, but it's just like this bomber thing, you know, about the bomb.
The bomber?
Yeah, the bomber. You know, the one that was trying to get on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
From Al-Qaeda and all this stuff. You know,
like, here we go again.
You know,
wow.
I find that to be so fabricated, you know, because first of all, if you're not trying to make the people be alarm or on their, you know, what they call code orange or red, whatever they used to call that, you know. I just
what code are we on? I even lost track of the
but to
code.
Me,
it got so
but to me, if you that tight
expansive,
and you moving in on something that tight and everything and that big, you don't have no reason to release that to the media whatsoever. And I find this fascinating because right now with the acts that they got going on or the laws or whatever of keeping things hush hush, you know, because like if there's something going on in Iraq or Iran, you can't even report it. You know, there's just certain.
What do you mean they can't even? I know we're supposed to be wrapping up, but here we go again.
You know,
what do you mean they can't even report it?
Well,
who is they again?
The government. Where the government got
I'm
it.
sorry,
You know,
I just like to know the who.
Okay, automatically when I say they, we talking about the system. Okay, the system of those who make the rules for whatever you impose upon you. Mm-hmm. But there's this hush hush thing. You know, there's no more thing of freedom of speech. And I'm speaking about certain things that go on now, which a lot of people are not aware of, which I'll bring on with the next show, you know, even give you the things where you can go and look and start your little research and everything about what's really going on. And all I'm just saying, right now, we as people need to start getting with our Congress people, our representative, and tell them that, you know, hey, we don't want this what's going on. And regardless of who's going to be in the White House for 2012 or 2013, it don't make a difference because they will already have things in place.
Okay, Mona Mouth. Well,
so
that's your opinion, but to me, everything matters.
I
mean, I understand where you're coming from. I understand you say it doesn't really matter who's in it, but it matters to me. It always matters.
Well, it's
me.
not.
Everything
I guess
matters.
I say that it don't matter because once the bills and acts and statutes are put in place, they are in place. And whoever in that office is just going to act accordingly to what's gone down. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, that's all I'm saying. I clear that up. It's already going down, you know, just like the martial law and a couple other things that's, you know, have, you know, come on and that been passed. You know, there's a lot more going on to that, you know, from the internet. I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff going down.
Yeah.
But we will share that with the audience the next time around.
Exactly.
Right.
And again, thanks for our featured guest of the week, Little T. And I would also like to send another shout out to my mother on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. And if you guys have any comments or suggestions, we would love to hear some feedback about anything we discussed. You can contact us. What do you think? Which option we're going to give them this time, Mona Mouth? You do the first one.
You can go to info@DNAdigitalmediagroup.com.
They can find us on Facebook also. I have a Facebook page I have set up already. It's KD _ the little underscore thing, the little how would you describe that? They know what an underscore is. It's KD _ radio. And we can also be hit up at Twitter. Same thing. On Twitter, we're at KD _ radio. And in the meanwhile, you guys have a lovely, lovely, and a safe Mother's Day weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I hope we're doing good, at least talking about something that you guys are interested in. If not, give us some feedback. We love to hear it. And in the meanwhile, we would just hopefully hear from you guys next week. Thanks for listening to the show. I'm KD.
And I'm Mother Mouth, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Peace and grace.